Welcome back. In the previous part, we finished off Act 1 of Rean's route and Lloyd's route, but we have a third route here. Question mark, question mark, question mark. It's clearly going to be Act 1 of C's route because the silhouette looks like C. It's going to be C. It's going to be C. You're not C.
Stop right there! Hand over the case.
Who are you? You're not bandits, are you? Are you going to hurt me?
Enough! Do as you're told!
But that's mine!
Check the contents! It's just a stuffed animal.
Did we get the wrong person?
That's not just a stuffed animal, silly. It's one of my special ones.
What the? You set us up!
Nice job, S.
There's another one! They're down to 3. Let's get them down to none.
Okay.
Alright, what we got going on here then? Okay, so 0 craft. So straight away, obviously, let's have a look here. 3 of swords.
No choice. Here goes!
Marking.
How shall we play?
So random ailments, we'll have a look.
Welcome to my TED talk. Wham, bam, smash,
Did she really say welcome to my TED
my
talk?
pièce de résistance.
Really?
Make Nana proud. Oh yeah,
Oh.
Take that!
I was going to see about his S-craft on the upcoming crit.
Ready?
Ah, well. Right, so Revelation. So what is this mark? Brandishes enemies in range of a fast slashing attack. Combines twin blades into one or a slash that cuts enemies in 2. Go for the mark again then?
Target locked. Keep at it!
You're up. How shall we play?
Well, I haven't got any BP to do them yet, so we'll wait. We don't have any Zerems. Let's throw out the 3 of swords again.
No choice. Here goes!
Impossible.
It's me.
It's her.
Payback.
I said I'd keep her safe.
I wasn't paying attention then. Like, what happened to him?
Payback. How shall we play?
Did he have a debuff and I completely ignored it? Probably.
Yeah.
So focused on their new skills and who they are and stuff. Where exactly are we though?
It's me.
Like, there is an arch over there. One down there. So we could heal up with that. Punitive Pierce. Impede. Throws our 6 hidden poison needles. Hour. Not throws it out, throws hour. Okay.
Are you ready? Bye!
Impossible.
Well, it's not impossible, mate.
Okay,
Why, you...
that ought to do it.
I need to learn more about that mark thing. The debuff.
You couldn't have been more right about how they moved on you.
I wouldn't have even noticed them if you didn't say something first. But that's what makes us the most perfect team in the whole wide world.
Swin Abel. Nadia Rain.
Still, they were clearly well trained. I thought we'd be in the clear once we reached the Empire, but guess not.
At least they were dumb enough to make it obvious what they were after.
The case, yeah.
What do you think's inside?
A doll.
I don't know, but whatever it is, it's a big deal.
He was pretty adamant about keeping it secret.
I mean, if you've played the Crossbell games, it's what you expect, so...
Would have been easier to have the guild transport it if it was something normal.
Yeah, and as long as it's in our hands, I don't want to let him down.
Me either. He's been real good to us.
The problem is how we're going to deliver it with nothing but some cryptic riddle to tell us where to go.
We'll figure it out eventually. No need to stress ourselves out over it.
I guess. Well, we should get moving. We might have more of those guys hot on our tail.
Sure, but before we address the real problem on our hands... I'm tired. I don't want to walk anymore. You can carry me, right? Pretty please?
I am not doing that.
You're always so mean to me. So very mean.
Stop whining and walk. And give me the case. I'll carry it.
And here was your chance to be a gentleman. Someone needs to step up their game around women.
Whatever you say, Nadia.
I'm surprised it's not just his feet we can see. That's what they usually do. Evening of Encounters.
Nadia.
I know.
Yuri?
What?
I don't think it's an archaism.
I got it! What is with this thing? I might as well be doing nothing.
Looks like it's manufactured out of some special material, but that's all I got.
The core can't be damaged unless you first prioritize the joints.
So that's how it works. Who's the snoop?
Someone with suspicious written all over him. But we'll just have to trust him for now.
Alright, let's see what
I don't
skills he
care who
has.
I'm up against.
Right, thank you. About Swin's twin blades. Swin twin blades can mark his enemies. Yeah, this is what I needed to know in the previous fight. Thank you, game. Enemies that have been marked will fall victim to guaranteed critical hits during his next attack. Had I known that? Anyway. Marking. Anytime Swin strikes an enemy with a normal attack or craft, he has a chance of marking them. Whenever Swin attacks a marked enemy, it will be guaranteed critical hit. Only after the conclusion of the second attack will they no longer be marked. Righto? Criminal's Raid. Increases CP gain and critical hit in an offensive formation. Alright. Dark Requiem. Restores EP and decreases casting time in a strategic formation. Shadow Step. Increases damage dealt, speed, decreases recovery time in a strategic formation. It's all this formation stuff. Did it say that on the other ones? I can't remember now. And, Fanciful Spell. Increases magic power and speed and decreases EP consumption in a strategic formation. Let's go with Criminal's Raid.
Slay on sight. Criminal's Raid.
And 100% mark on you then.
Target locked.
You have been marked. Alright, Soul Eater. Performs a gruesome series of thrusts that devour the enemy's life force. Renegade Edge cuts down both the sphere it unleashes and the enemy, triggering an explosion. Blood Gangrene. Directs a series of summoned swords and rains them down upon the enemy without mercy. Let's have a look.
These swords are of those who lost their way. On guard. Yorin il polish. Touchdown. Root and raid.
Very good.
Me!
It's her! Okay. Punitive Pierce.
Are you ready? Bye!
Ooh. Marks have only a 50% chance of landing via normal attacks, but they have a much higher chance of landing via crafts. Attack a marked enemy using Swin right now to see this mechanic for yourself.
Ready?
But I've already marked it. So I've got a crit.
They're down.
You're out! It's
I already did that game, I mean. Anyway.
Ready?
What do we have item-wise? Because I want to see about getting that 3 BP if I can. If I put in... Let's go for putting the mark back on.
Target locked.
On guard.
I would have loved that 3 BP. I just noticed we haven't got a charge in the bottom right. Ooh, want to be careful there.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, will you? Alright then. Cheers, mate.
Slay on sight. Criminal's raid. On guard.
On guard indeed. I think we'll go with the Soul Blur once again.
It's me!
Right, Pep Boost on you two. Does it not go on herself though?
Stabby!
Stabby?
Pain,
Appreciate
go away!
No, it does not. Okay.
Keep at it.
You're out!
I just noticed we've got a link and we aren't using it.
On guard.
So can I actually link? I can. Although that's because there's only 3 of them, isn't it? Yeah. It's because it was flashing, it threw me off. Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'll cut you down.
I'm thinking of when I should do my theory on who C is. Because I've got ideas at this point, I've got ideas.
Target locked.
Might do it at the end of this part. Might.
I'll take care of it.
It's me!
Let's just build up our CP a little bit nicely here.
Okay. Hip. They're
And
down.
our BP as well, obviously.
You're out!
All right.
How shall we play?
Triana.
Crap.
Let's make sure we throw out some of these to make sure we stay alive, you know.
Ready? There!
We got that zero craft
My
coming
new
in.
BFF.
I'll take care of it.
I mean, we'll go with the blood gangrene again.
These swords are of those who lost their way. On guard! Yorin il Polish. Touchdown! Lieutenant Reverie!
Ready?
Alright, so go for your mark again, mate.
Target locked. Gah!
How shall we play?
How shall we play?
Carve through! Shadow step!
It's me!
I'd like to get on that zero craft, but I can't see a way of getting there. Ah, well.
Are you ready? Bye! Got you!
Asking for it!
Would have been nice, would have been nice.
It's me! Are you ready? Bye!
Quite a few nice
Got you!
things coming up in the
Asking for
turn
it.
order there.
On it. Hip! On it.
Especially now it's broken, what do we do? Because that crit is just behind there. I'm gonna go for the mark again though.
Target locked. Gah! Keep at it!
You're out! It's me! Eh! Got you!
Just gonna build up my
Asking for
BP.
it.
Just gonna build it up.
On guard.
So we have these options now. Yeah, we'll go for the Shadow Step again, but we'll wait on that. Renegade Edge. I'm actually gonna, again, just try and build up the CP here.
On it.
Okay, so now we'll do Shadow Step.
Carve through! Shadow step! On it.
We'll also do 3 of Swords.
No choice. Ah! Here goes! Ah! Fly!
Good, good, good.
It's me!
It's you!
Are you ready?
Nope.
Bye! Now! Save me, S!
Okay.
On guard.
On guard.
On it.
Got that mark on him, that's good.
All right.
Carve through! Shadow step!
May as well use that 0 order.
On guard.
Wait, that was it? What? I was getting ready for more S crafts, so I could show them off. Oops.
Did it run off?
Guess so.
Thanks. What you said was dead on.
No thanks necessary. However... I will be taking this.
So you helped us out to nab the case.
Correct. I appreciate that your valiant efforts against your pursuers saved me a great deal of time.
We're gonna need that back. And if you won't give it back, we'll take it back.
By all means.
Hold up, S. This might be a stupid question, but bear with me. Could you tell us your name?
I go by C. I am the leader of the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front.
Sure you do.
Is this a bit?
This is either a crazy coincidence, or fate just really likes messing with us.
Have I said something unusual?
So, when we were given that case, we were told to deliver it to a person who introduces themselves as C.
Ah. That's why it seems a bit unusual to you.
I'd like for you to elaborate on the details of this request of yours.
Can't. That's the long and short of it.
Ever since last month, we've been trying to figure out just who C could be, and we've hit dead end after dead end.
Did you just say last month?
Yeah,
So you didn't take on the idea of being called C until recently?
You are certain of this?
Hundo P.
Hundo P?
You doing okay? Those mushrooms you eat on the way here start to kick in or something?
Oh, I'm quite well. I simply did not expect this affair to take such an amusing turn. Never did I expect to have this much fun.
well, if you're good, then is it okay with you if we open the case? Our work isn't considered complete until we've verified its contents have been safely received.
Don't worry. That one's not rigged with a bomb. I think.
You think?
You think? Then again, not like we've seen what's inside for ourselves.
But now we can. I've been dying to open it. Wanna give us a hint to make it fun?
I haven't the faintest idea what's inside.
You went through all the trouble of stealing it when you don't even know what it is?
Someone's a wild card.
True, I don't know its precise contents. Whatever they may be, however, they concern the unrest that plagues Crossbell and Erebonia, and I firmly believe they will lead me to the root of its cause. Well, go on then. Open it. Will what lies within deliver us hope? Or will it deliver yet more misfortune?
As expected.
Who are? You.
Who are we? Who are you? Ah, so now we got the intro here. Let's have a gander at it. Well, you can see in Crossbell the Elisa, Toa, and Machias will be helping out. I suppose Sharon as well. Quite a few familiar faces there. Whoa, hello. I was wondering when we were going to get the intro, though. Trails into Reverie. mean, I am assuming Lloyd is not dead at this point. It would be very strange. Very strange. Yeah, that armored person is the interesting one to me. Oh god, that's the Tower of Babel. Right there. Like, there we go. That was the Tower of Babel. No way around that. It looks exactly like it does in the myths of the Tower of Babel in our world. Well, not exactly, but, you know, roughly the same. I mean, that's playing right into some of my theories I have going on right now. Again, I'll save that till we get a point. Basically, when we're getting the idea of, like, ending this part, I'll go with my theory on who C is at this point. And there she is. The Grandmaster. My PS5 just creaked. Oh. Well, that's going to be the end of this part then. That's a perfect place to end this part on Evening of Encounters. So, if you don't want my theories, that's us done for this part. We'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now. If you do, this will be the theory bit. Now, my thoughts are very much, C appears at the exact right moment where Rufus appears, when Rufus escapes prison. Now, combine that with the fact that C sounds an awful like a voice-modified DC Douglas, and DC Douglas voices Rufus. My thoughts very much go in one direction. C is Rufus. That's the only thing that makes logical sense right now. And the whole idea of that inverted crossbell on the arm of inverted Rufus, as I'm going to call him at this point, that plays into that. That's something else. Maybe that's part of the experiment. Maybe that is the experiment that, what was his name? Novartis? Was that it? Novartis? The Ouroboros guy. Maybe he is the experiment. Maybe that's what's going on there. That's where my thoughts lie at the moment. I want more information, though. Because there's clearly something else going on with everything that happened in Crossbell. There clearly is, so we have to see what's going to be happening there. But yeah, that's what's going to be done with this part. I'm assuming we're done with Act 1, question mark, now? And we'll be going into Act 2, because it feels like an end of all of them. There's only 3 routes as far as I remember, and they've all said Act 1 end now, so we should be heading into Act 2. But yeah, so, if you're one of the theory people and you're still here, what are your theories? What do you think? Have you got any ideas? I mean, the main reason I am thinking C is Rufus right now is just because there's certain mannerisms to him that remind me of Rufus in the way he speaks, and his voice sounds like a modulated DC Douglas, which you do hear quite a bit in other games like Mass Effect or recently in Honkai Star Rail. There's just a certain element to his voice that's very, very, very familiar. So that's where my thoughts are. But anyway, that's us done for this part. We'll see you in the next part, I assume, with the start of Act 2. As to who we start with, I don't know. I guess we'll find out in the next part. Ta-da for now.